Alexey Muraviev, Associate Professor of National Security and Strategic Studies at Curtin University in Australia. Alexey, thank you very much indeed for your time. So what's the significance of this latest test? South Korean authorities appear to be particularly concerned about the range.
Well, and I think this is the key to understanding why this test is considered to be significant. Based on what is available in the public domain, the range that the missile flew is not its actually full range. There are grounds to believe that this missile would have sufficient range to hit continental part of the United States, meaning it can probably fly a distance of between 8 to 10,000 kilometers, and that's a significant step up. I think what would be interesting to know whether this missile will have avoidance capability that would make it difficult to intercept, how reliable in terms of targeting, in terms of accuracy, and whether some of Russia's technology that's been speculated to be shared with North Korea is now slowly being introduced in North Korean missile program. Having said that, we also know that North Korea has been very busy developing its really sophisticated ballistic missile program. So far they've been doing fine on their own as well. But it's a significant step up, bearing in mind that Russia and DPRK just ratified last week their comprehensive strategic partnership treaty, which obviously has the defense clause agreement.
Right, and so the question regarding that is that if some 11,000 troops are preparing to go on the battlefield in Ukraine, what exactly is North Korea getting from Russia in return?
Well, first of all, they in terms of whether North Korean troops will actually land on the battlefields of Ukraine, until we'll actually see actual evidence of that, I think it remains a bit of a speculation. What it's no doubt to me that North Koreans are training with the Russians. And that's the immediate benefit that they're getting from that, because North Korea, just like South Korea, doesn't have combat experience. So for them to be able to train alongside battle-hardened Russian troops that actually learn how to fight a large-scale conventional war is of massive benefit to them. Developing interoperable situation between the two now allied armies, it's another benefit, including understanding the way how Russian control command intelligence network structure is operating. Because if North Korea will go to battle in Ukraine, it will be under Russia's operational command. So they're probably learning that, which would be of benefit to them, which would be of benefit to the survival of Kim's regime. North Korea will probably have access to Russia's intelligence, which would be another benefit, because North Korea obviously doesn't have sophisticated intelligence collection capability. And we should not be forgetting about non-military supplies that Russia is likely to provide to North Korea, including lifting some of the sanctions. So I think there is a lot for Kim to go for, including reassurance now that his regime will be stable because it now has an open backing of Moscow.
You mentioned sanctions, and that begs the question of how the international community should respond to this. The testing of these missiles by North Korea goes against UN resolutions, and South Korea has suggested fresh sanctions. Would they have any effect?
Well, North Korea has been under sanctions for a very long time. Russia has been now under sanctions for about a decade, bearing in mind they were introduced as early as 2011, not only recently. So I don't really see how this would have any significant impact on the strategic behavior of either Moscow or Pyongyang. Pyongyang has been violating provisions in the past by randomly firing missiles. Pyongyang obviously is demonstrating diplomatic escalation, including through theatrical performances like blowing up roads and calling on reservists, etc. And now it's probably been done with consultation with the Russians. So if anything, it's not going to really deflect or deter either of these autocratic powers from engaging in what they believe to be an appropriate course of action in the current circumstances. So we'll probably continue to see similar behavior, if not further escalation down the track.
Alexey, we thank you as always for your time. Thanks for joining us on the News Hour.